She's right. My eyebrows are a problem. That's the problem. It's gotta be my eyebrows. Hi, my name's Alaina, and today I'm gonna tell you the story of how my mom taught me never to overpluck your eyebrows, and how ultimately that taught me that you don't have to listen to what anyone else thinks of you. I grew up in Colorado Springs in a very wealthy white neighborhood. Middle school is around the time I started noticing like I was different because I was Asian and I was Jewish, and 7th grade is hard. It's like you're all of a sudden in this like new school and maybe you don't have the same friends as you did in elementary school, and all of a sudden it's like so many more kids and you're just trying to like find your place again. A lot of those kids were very wealthy, very privileged, big ass. My mom was like different than the other moms in the neighborhood. Like she looked different, she was different. She came here from China and all the women around here were like very white and said things like, we don't like California because there's too many Asians there. You know what I mean? It's like there was this thing in the place that I grew up where like even the nice people were probably still a little racist. Like in my family, we just had to be okay with being a little bit other. I remember very distinctly in 7th grade feeling like I didn't know who my friends were because I was kind of like not fitting in, and like I had made like a very conscious decision that like popularity didn't necessarily matter to me. But at the same time, like I felt very lost socially because I was kind of like, where do I fit in? My experience with bullying was pretty limited on the whole, and I think I skated through relatively easily. I don't want to say it was hard to bully me, but like I had a nice combination of like invisibility plus if you did catch me, I shone a little bit, like there was nothing really to do, you know? I know some people's lives are absolutely ruined by it, like their mental health, their wellness into their 20s and 30s, like people are damaged by bullying. I think there were experiences I had where I just felt very other, and that has lingered and stayed with me. This instance that I'm going to talk about really was like one of the bigger instances of like straight up bullying I think I had. Like so many other infamous bullying stories, this encounter took place in a locker room, 7th grade girls' locker room. You're like changing for gym. You've got like your days of the week underwear on, and like some girl over there is wearing a thong, and you're like, oh my God. I was in the locker room and there was this girl, and she was one of those like perfect popular girls, and she's like so tiny, but somehow she already has big boobs. We weren't really friends, like we didn't engage that much, but for some reason on this day in the locker room, she just decides to like come up to me and start talking to me very loudly and around everyone else like about how my eyebrows are like so bushy and like I need to think about plucking them. Just like really making me super self-conscious, and I had never really thought about it before. We're all like half naked in the locker room. Like you're just already in like such a vulnerable state where like someone is attacking anything about you, anything about your body in this place where you feel super exposed. You're gonna feel messed up. Like you're not gonna feel safe. You're not gonna feel okay. This like very tiny, perfect blonde girl all of a sudden is just coming at me, and I already feel other. I already feel lost. I already feel like I'm like kind of like alone in an ocean. And I was just like, she's right. My eyebrows are a problem. That's the problem. It's gotta be my eyebrows. I don't really remember like even how I reacted in that moment. Maybe, I think knowing me, I was probably like, oh my God, thank you for that tip. You know, I go home and I need tweezers. And my mom's like, why do you need tweezers? And I'm like, because I have to like take care of this mess, this absolute mess on my face. And my mom was like, no. She was like, let's do some guidelines. If you're gonna tweeze, like you can get that like tiny stray one that's like right there, maybe like that second one that's right there, and then you're done. You don't play with the shape, you don't play with the thickness. My mom also had like an iron fist, and I was absolutely not gonna disobey her rules, even about plucking my eyebrows. I got them a little maintenance regimen going, like a nice like you pluck 3 hairs every 3 weeks. Basically, that's still my maintenance routine, and I don't really give a like truly. I've been blessed with these beautiful eyebrows, and my mother was right changing them for a bully. Yeah, you don't need it. Whenever someone asks me this question, like what's the best piece of advice anyone ever gave you. I always tell them this, like it is like my go-to line, like my mom told me not to overpluck my brows, and I stand by it. I am glad that my mother like enabled me to be other and like to be fully myself in a place that like really didn't want me to be myself. I got to be that Asian kid who brought like weird Asian food to lunch. Everyone's like, your food smells funny, and I'm like, oh, it's better than your cheese sandwich, like, and everyone's always like, man, that's a stereotypical story, and I'm like, no, that's my reality. Like, I wasn't gonna look like any of the girls in the locker room. I was not gonna be this tiny perfect blonde thing. I just never was gonna be her, and I am really glad my mom gave me the tools to be okay with not being her. There are larger lessons to be taken out of this, which are like, you don't need to change yourself for anyone, and you shouldn't. If you feel like this pressure to look a certain way to make other people happy, you just need to reconsider, like, why is that person telling you to do that? That's not about you, that's about them. My eyebrows were by no means unreasonable. I'll say and even if they were, like, you.